right, guys. New movie review tonight. We're reviewing Quigley.
Just relax.
This one stars Gary Busey as a white Pomeranian. But let me get to the plot here.
Hey, you're gonna have to really explain that one because there's no way anyone's ever seen that.
Yeah. So Gary Busey leads this cast in. Wait, I'm just skipping some bits. Gary Busey heads up the cast in this fun-filled family adventure about second chances. Archie is a billionaire who has everything one could imagine, except for what is most important, a heart and a conscience. On the brink of making an announcement that would forever change the lives of his employees, Archie experiences a tragic accident that takes him to the gates of heaven. It is decided that he should be sent back to Earth in the form of an adorable Pomeranian, a creature he despises even more than people. Along with his guardian angel, Archie is sent on a heavenly mission to help the lives of those around him, while at the same time saving his own.
Wow.
So basically, he's a billionaire that dies.
Honestly, though, in the movie,
wait, let me just say this: he's a billionaire that dies, and goes to kind of like a purgatory. He goes to heaven or whatever, and so the angels say you got to do such and such to atone for your sins, kind of, in the body of a dog. What he hates dogs. So yeah, what do you guys think? I mean,
they don't really do anything to show that he's rich other than he's wearing a suit.
Yeah,
like they don't
drives
show
a nice car.
Well, I know,
and he has a nice office. Yeah,
but like they don't show him with any. You know what I mean? Like normally they would be like, "Oh, he's so rich. Look at him in his yacht." Like, yeah, they literally. In an ill-fitted suit. That's what shows that he's a billionaire.
They couldn't because the budget was probably like $12.
And I noticed that like some of the locations were just so like it's like they didn't even care. They're just like, yeah, we'll just shoot it here.
Think of what the budget must have been. It couldn't have been much.
They're like, stop. They're like, we'll just shoot it here. Yeah.
Extremely like
you watch it on Tubi. Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is for your case or not, but on my DVD, the trailers included Tybo for kids.
Very strange.
It is a kids movie.
I didn't watch
Tybo.
I didn't watch the actual DVD
for kids.
Even though I have the DVD, I watched it on Tubi.
I mean, that's pretty sick.
Blew my mind.
It's pretty sick.
I watched it on Tubi, so
it's kind of just like the story of a extremely low-grade homeless Scrooge story, basically. Like,
yeah,
it was similar elements to Scrooged.
As sad and cheap as you can get a Scrooge story.
I actually didn't watch the DVD. It was too much of an effort to put this in. I'd rather just watch it on Tubi.
The intro was pretty rocking.
Oh my god, the
goofy
soundtrack.
Song,
that
cartoon, like animated. It was pretty.
The
cool.
animation was trash. The songs are trash.
The song in the end had me laughing out loud. Whatever it was, I can't remember.
Right away, the sound like kind of seemed off, but then at times it would be on, and then it looked like it was off again.
No, here's the thing with the soundtrack. It's like they wrote the lyrics around what's happening in the movie, and it was on the nose, each song.
It reminded me of like a South Park song. It killed me.
It's ridiculous.
And I said, the old dog shit banana peel gag. And then immediately he says, I want everyone that owns a dog executed.
Yeah.
And then he gets corrected and he goes, I mean fired.
Yep. Some of his line deliveries were so funny because some of them he was like, you could tell he was super like into, and then others you could tell he just phoned it in. He just didn't care.
I love how like low budget movies always, like especially like then and earlier, like how crazy they thought any technology was, and they portrayed it that way. Like it was a CD-ROM disc, and they acted like it was needed protective briefcase and like was government protected like crazy.
They only had one.
And then the video game that they showed looked like absolute garbage.
A child made it,
but it knew who was playing it, so that's like.
You said what?
Super AI. It knew who was playing.
It did.
As soon as the controller handed over, it was like, "Hey, Carl."
That was interesting. They
was like, "What the?"
They did though. I heard that.
So, Heaven is just a high school stage production, is what we're going with. It was like they just were on a stage and they threw white sheets over everything. They're like, this is Heaven,
and just had a smoke machine.
With the game, even though he was a dog, it knew he was Archie. So I mean, it said Archie. He was a Pomeranian.
Yeah.
So that game is the most advanced thing it's ever been.
Really
that was the Brothers game. That wasn't even like the big budget game.
Maybe this movie takes place way in the future, and it's just. But I will say that you'd think they would have used Gary Busey more like in the dog scenes. I feel like, in the dog situations, they didn't show Gary Busey in those situations a
Or
lot of the
even
time.
use his voice.
It was odd, like, like when he's interacting with a lot of people and stuff, they should show Gary Busey in that
Well, he
situation.
said only Oz Perkins could see him as Gary Busey.
Yeah, but I mean, like...
You know what I'm saying? Like, show him, though, acting.
Yeah, but that would have been fully unhinged. Like, I think it was supposed to be built as like a kid's movie.
Even him morphing, where it did all the time, was wild choice.
Well, how so?
So, like, he would just be walking and then, like, shrink into the dog, but not fully. Like, it would just...
Well, yeah.
It would start to morph and then just be like, oh, here's the dog.
What would happen was it was just a cloud of smoke,
Yeah,
right?
but-
Most of the time.
Why did he have to wear a collar also when he was Busey? He didn't need to wear that collar. He could have just been Busey.
Just to say that,
It was
show that
probably
he's
his
the dog.
choice.
Just to show that he's the dog.
What a fever dream of a movie. I was
Really?
like, what if David Lynch got his hands on it and ran with it?
He could have made something.
And then, the choice to morph bizarre. The lines are delivered like everybody involved is not an English speaker.
No, the acting
It's like English is their second language.
The acting is atrocious.
The German accent is crazy.
That guy ruled.
Oh, that guy was probably the
janitor?
best actor in the movie.
The soundtrack and score are both pretty fire, honestly.
No, him and the dog are probably the best actors
The
in this
guards
movie.
were pretty great.
They were.
They're just clearly mentally challenged. They didn't know what to do.
A lot of random, like, funny lines or deliveries that will crack you up.
An odd moment was when their daughter went missing and the cops were standing on the porch and like the parents came outside and the cops like big timed them until they spoke to them. You know what I'm saying? Like they were just like too cool for them and then there was no urgency. It was so strange.
Well, what a performer that little dog is, though.
No, seriously.
That girl only went missing because they had the dog.
Yeah.
So like he caused her to go missing and then found her. So like, oh, good job.
And then when the cops came back, I can't remember the exact words. They said, "That's a special dog you got right there." He was leading her home
It
when
was
we
so
found
on the
her.
nose. Yeah.
It was ridiculous. He was leading her home when we found.
Ain't no disc shattering like that or making that noise.
It was a very small drop for that to shatter.
Oh yeah,
It's like here to here.
It shattered, like
Into
crazy and made
pieces.
like a
Yeah.
noise.
yeah. Man.
I said it's like a bizarre episode of Quantum Leap almost.
I liked after he got to heaven and got like God's approval. God's like, you're still a terrible human. So
Yeah.
he's like, what?
And he
Yeah,
said,
but
he said I'd have a better time cleaning a short person's teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that made the Randy Newman song "Short People" be stuck in my head.
What a weird line.
I'm not gonna lie. If it was put together better, it probably could have been like a successful kids family movie.
Yeah, they could have
Like
went a couple different ways.
If anybody would have like
Been in charge
zeroed
of
in
editing?
and like been in charge,
Yeah.
Nobody.
or they could have even gone the other way and been like
Unhinged.
a crazy, demented, dark
well,
comedy.
nobody
That would've-
gave a crap. You could tell nobody gave a crap.
And then, I have a question. Who would you guys cast in either of those scenarios? Like, if you were going to make it a successful
better
family
movie?
movie or a demented comedy, like, who would you cast?
Cast in the role of the director?
Yeah, like, or in the main, like, basically the main two roles, because the rest don't really matter.
Oh, I probably would have kept Busey, honestly. Or Nick Cage, maybe.
I could.
I
Maybe
said
Liam
Nick
Neeson.
Cage.
I could see that, yeah.
I said, and the kids are family one, like Michael Cera or Andy Samberg is the angel, and
See
then
that?
Jack Black is the dog.
Ah,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
good. That's like a high budget.
Yeah,
And then,
perfect kids movie.
studio.
Dark comedy, I said Sarah, Schwartzman, or Shane Gillis is the angel. And
Yeah.
then Tim Robinson or John C. Reilly is the dog.
You put a lot of thought into this. I like it.
Yeah.
Or unhinged Nick Cage playing both.
John C. Reilly.
Unhinged Nick Cage being the angel and the dog.
That'd be incredible.
Or throw Eric Andre anywhere in there, really.
You got to put the last song that plays in the movie. You got to play it over this review for sure because it's killer. Like the triumphant
dog?
one toward the end, like during credits or something. It was
Is
killing
it?
me.
Because I turned it off right when the credits.
Oh my god,
hit.
the credits were killing me.
Were they? Was it so just
After
on
that,
the
then
nose?
I think I laughed for like a minute straight thinking about the board meeting for this movie. If there was one, just thinking of like
what
the
movie?
discussion of this movie,
The whiteboard.
the roles of people like in the casting.
It's so insane that the whole movie like revolves around video games.
It is weird.
And then the laughing at the kiss was disturbing. Like the mom and dad kissed, and then the kids laughed maniacally.
Yeah.
And then the parents started laughing, and I was like, they just kissed. Like it wasn't like just an innocent kiss, and the kids are like,
It is odd.
And then all the parents start laughing. I was like, what is happening?
That was odd. But another odd thing was that guy was like job hunting the whole time or whatever. You know, going.
But
through,
not
like,
really. He was working 3 jobs while also trying to find a job.
No, but the thing is, like, he just like moonlights as a video game developer. Like it's his hobby.
Yeah.
That's so strange.
And his wife is like, you better finish that game.
What the hell? His smoking hot wife, like.
That's kind of like Grandma's Boy. He's making the game on the side, like as a job.
You're right.
But he works in the video game industry also.
Right.
Yeah, but that was like a side thing he did, like a hobby.
Yeah, just randomly.
Just a hobby. He's making.
Also, they didn't have one like good computer in that house.
No.
To make the game.
No, and then he got offered $500,000 just straight up.
And that game was trash. It was like an animal skipping a stone. It's like up.
And then when the dog stole the flash drive or whatever it was, they had so long to grab him, but they let him walk out the door. Oh my God, we got to get him. Man, so much of stuff that happened in this is just like nonsensical.
Seems longer than it is, the movie.
No, it definitely seemed longer than it is.
Jumbled and like seems heavy-handed and rushed in parts. Like, but that doesn't make sense. Like, why would you be like
calling this movie heavy-handed is crazy. That's like breaking down a real movie.
Well, I mean, just like some parts make no sense, and then other parts they're like really like we gotta hammer home this point for no
It's just
reason.
an insane thing to say about this movie.
Let's discuss the themes.
Right. And then here you go. This goes the other way. I said, are these kids retarded? Because I definitely say, are you fucking retarded to them if they were my kids?
Yeah.
Like in the car scene?
Yeah.
And I was like, this dad has to be like, are you fucking retarded?
You should have said that. That would have just
I don't understand how she got lost and then she was just standing by a tree when the dog found her. She was
like, yeah, well, I mean, how it was an open field. It's not like she wandered into like a...
She was in the city by a tree.
Confusing woods.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you did a no-no on that man's briefcase is one of the things that the Angels are mad about.
Yeah.
That as a dog he peed on the briefcase.
Yep.
And then I said, it was all a dream twist.
Yeah. Because none of it happened.
Yeah.
Right?
And I said it turned from Quantum Leap into It's a Wonderful Life.
It showed just what he had to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
they went from like just leave to you've always been welcome pretty damn fast.
Exactly.
Like when he showed up, they're like, get out of here. We've always loved you. Like,
and the wife coming up and hugging him.
Oh man.
The group hug with Busey.
Yeah, and then he the freeze frame at the end.
I like he's just like, get in the car, let's go. And this is our house. Like, why are we going with you?
The freeze frame is so cheesy at the end. Oh god.
Just crazy movie.
Yeah, it's silly.
Honestly, I
really
love
shouldn't
that it exists.
It shouldn't exist. But
I do love that it exists
it's
as
a good
well.
thing
It's
that
just
it does,
we need one of those every once in a while
it's in the dark ether.
to cleanse the palate.
The reason I chose to watch this movie is I told you guys already, but so while they're filming it and when they did the heaven scenes, this is post motorcycle accident for Gary Busey. Obviously, that's why he's got the wonky eye. But he said
He probably wrote the script for this.
he said he went to heaven when he got in the motorcycle accident, and they had to change the set because it didn't look like heaven looked. And when he said that, another actor on the film said, hey, I also had a near-death experience, and you're lying. Heaven doesn't look like that either. This is what the set should look like. And then they got in a fist fight over it, and production had to be shut down for days because they kept fist fighting over what heaven looked like. And then the end result is they just threw white sheets over everything, and they were okay with it.
Yeah.
It's so low budget.
How are they that heated about it? And then we're both okay with that happening.
Yeah, that looks like trash.
Drama on the Quigley set.
That's one of the best behind the scenes stories I've ever heard in my life. If that's true,
I've heard it from like in multiple things, like in those like things that'll be in your targeted like reels and stuff on Facebook and Instagram,
so
like
funny, man.
multiple podcasts and stuff just talking about the Busey fight.
Saw it on a Busey TikTok he was explaining.
No, but another thing that was odd, right, was when the dog was looking for the girl, it had some weird camera watching, like looking at the dog, like it was like the corners. Did you notice that? The lens. You didn't notice that?
I mean, there are multiple times where it was like, why is the camera different?
No, it was like cropped lens. It was like a. I mean, it was like a,
Like a music video lens.
no,
almost?
it was like the wrong lens for the camera because that's a thing. That's a thing. There's two different lenses.
Yeah.
The APS-C
It probably was.
There's two different sensors. There's APS-C and full frame. When you put an APS-C sensor or lens on a full frame camera, you get like some weird stuff around the edges. I swear to God, that's what they did.
Probably what it was.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just blew it. They just messed it up.
But I think what they were trying to portray was that
Dog vision.
the dog vision, but it was looking at Quigley. It was looking at Quigley, so it doesn't make sense. But you guys want to get to ratings on this one?
Sure.
Oh boy.
I gave it a 2.
I give it a 4.
Yeah, I give it a 4.
That's crazy.
But I did enjoy it, like as much as you can.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I don't regret watching it at
Right.
all.
No, I don't either. But I mean, it is obviously trash. But
But I
it's
mean,
not good.
honestly, about as good as The Green Knight.
yeah, I'd say more enjoyable.
Yeah,
for me,
honestly.
honestly.
more enjoyable.
Way more fun.
I really thought it was.
That's
that
crazy.
movie is trash to me.
No, that movie is trash, but it's a beautiful look at times.
I don't care about that.
No,
I want Busey shaking like a dog. That's all I care about. much more entertaining.
all right, recommendation: watch it ASAP. Watch it whenever, or skip it. Skip it.
I
Yeah.
cannot say watch it.
If you're
You have to
interested
skip
in
it.
literally anything we've said, you should probably watch it.
No,
But
no.
For the majority of the humanity, skip it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you guys both go whenever, I'm gonna overrule and say skip it.
Yeah,
I'll play it.
You can't watch it.
I mean, if you
Skip it.
have kids and they're ruining your life with the stuff they keep rewatching, throw this on.
honestly, Hank was in the other room. He walked in and saw the dog and stuff, and he tuned in for at least like 20 minutes.
Did he?
Yeah, I swear to God. He's like, "What's going on here?"
Because kids don't know any better than,
Whoa! Yeah, no, he
than
doesn't.
watching trash.
No, he doesn't.
But all right, this is a skip it, guys, and that is our review for Quigley.
Pooch pack.
Oh yeah. Shaw bought the pooch pack, which includes
That should never be a sentence. that
Benji, Quigley, and Kavik the wolf dog. And I bought
I'm not
just
gonna
the single thing, Quigley.
I'm gonna watch Kavik the Wolf Dog. There's no chance.
Have you
I'm not.
watched Benji?
No.
Okay.
There's no chance that's like the classic Benji, right? This has to be like a cheaper one.
said. Yeah,
I
it
don't-
wouldn't be in the pooch pack. I don't think.
No, no, it says an Oscar nominee for the song Benji's theme.
Crazy.
All right, let's get out of here. All right, that's our review for Quigley, guys. Do not check that one out. Later.
Pooch pack.